Breaking the fourth wall. Did you see House of Cards?
Yeah, yeah.
I thought his breaking the fourth wall that is in there was pretty good.
Yeah, that was like amazing. After when he said that, did you think I've forgotten about you or something? I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Because he hadn't addressed the camera in forever.
Yeah. And
Are you caught up?
I've watched 2 seasons. I think.
Dude,
Am I a season behind?
yeah, there's three now.
Oh man, I gotta reactivate my Netflix subscription. The first season of that show was so good.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the second season I thought was all right, but the first season, like I don't want to spoil anything, but you know how it ends, like
Yeah.
that ending camera cut and the signature thing there.
The tapping?
That
Yeah.
was so freaking good. I was watching the camera and it's like slowly zooming in, and I'm like, do it, do it, do it, and
Yeah.
he does it. I'm like, yes, that's it, that's perfect.
I know, right?
Oh
It was
man, that was
awesome.
so good.
And but like it just what you really I mean at the second and third season, so the second season isn't that good, but the
Mm-hmm.
third season is like awesome.
Oh, I'll
You just see
definitely
a
have
lot
to
of like
watch it.
a lot of changes going around and like how compromised they are with their things. That's pretty
Mm.
good.
I'll have to save it for next weekend because I know once I start, that's it. That's gonna be like
Yeah,
my weekend, you know?
dude.
Like,
And the fact that the thing about it's like I just finished watching season one because
mm-hmm.
I saw I love first of all I love Kevin Spacey.
Yo.
So I would finish season one. I was like, this is amazing. And then they were on Twitter. They were like, yo, season two coming up in like next week. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, I wait for that day, and then they log on Netflix after work, and I'm like, okay, let me just watch the first episode. And I'm like, wait, this is a Netflix owned show. So I look at the episodes. They're 14 episodes or 12 episodes are already up. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? I started watching all of them and like spent 8 hours, until like
Uh-huh.
3 in the morning watching everything. It was like, oh my god,
Oh
just
man,
couldn't
they
stop.
they know the audience so well. Like that's what people want. They want to watch the whole thing,
Yeah,
straight through.
yeah, dude, that's the Netflix and chill.
Yeah, it's interesting because some shows like House of Cards I feel like is enhanced by watching it all just back to back to back. But there's
Mm.
other shows like Mythbusters or something where I feel like it's almost better to only watch one episode a week.
Well, there's no continuity. Continuity.
Continuity, yeah.
Those.
There's
So
no
it's like,
like plot going through all of it.
yeah, it's not like you want to watch the next episode. It's more like you're bored as fuck and you just might as well play the
Yeah.
next. That's basically how. I mean,
Have you
there's no
ever
reason to
seen
like.
what's it?
There's like literally no reason to binge watch Mythbusters.
Have you seen Ruby?
No, what is that?
RWBY. It's sort of
Oh,
like an American anime.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I guess there's like a new season out, or it's just wrapping up now that I haven't even started.
Have you seen the first season? I haven't
I
seen
saw
any.
the old season, yeah.
That was good.
They've got, I mean, the storyline is all right, but the
Mm.
reason I watched it was for the like crazy fight scene choreography.
Oh, okay.
Like there's probably like 15 minutes through the whole season of like just straight fight scene footage,
Uh-huh.
and it's all so good. Like I watched all of it like a dozen times over
Oh, okay.
because I don't know, it's like every video game you ever imagined,
Mm.
but not so simple as a video game, like if it was real.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's really cool. You'll have to check that out. I think it's on Netflix.
Yeah,
At least the
that's
old
I've
season
seen
was.
that for like forever going around the internet, but just the
Mm.
style didn't captivate me. And I know it's
Mhm.
like from Rooster Teeth, so it has to
Yeah.
be, and people like received it really good, so I know it's good. I just haven't. It just doesn't. It's like I'm really picky about what kind of shows I watch because I watch it and like if it doesn't catch my attention in 4 episodes,
Yeah.
that's it. Like I'm
Four
dropping.
episodes. That's pretty generous. Like you'll give a show 4 episodes before you decide, I don't like it.
Unless it's like well, first is like I need to see what genre it is, because if it doesn't fit the mood that I'm in for watching
Yeah.
something, I completely just ignore it. It'd be like, oh, yo, this show is 10 out of 10. You gotta watch it. It's like, what's the genre? Action, high school? I'm like, nah. I don't feel like I'm not feeling that right now.
Yeah.
But like, you know, it's like there's shows that it's just taking me forever to get through them, because like huge names like Bakemonogatari. I think that's how you say it.
I haven't
Anyway.
heard of that.
It's like a super good show that I ended up watching the whole thing at the end.
Uh-huh.
But it's like I still do. It was like I just watch a show. If I'm sitting on my computer, I can't just be watching a screen. Like I have to multitask. So I'm doing something on one screen, listening to music on the other screen, playing a game.
Yeah.
So I watch stuff when I'm in bed. So it's like, okay, it's midnight. I put a show up. I go to bed, watch 2 or 3 episodes, or just one episode, and I fall asleep. Depends.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, but Bakemonogatari was like, there's so much character development and just text or like chat that you're just reading the subtitles over and over, over and over and over. It's like there's so much talk that I just can't get through right before I go to bed. It's like I'll forget everything. So it took me like, I don't know, 2 years to finish that show.
Yeah, I wished it was like, I mean, the solution, I guess, is just to learn Japanese, but like completely. But that's when I have a tough time getting through a lot of like anime shows and stuff, because if they're not dubbed, like, I mean, the better way to watch them, I think, is with the original audio and with subtitles. But that requires like all your attention.
Yeah.
Like, you can't, I don't know, get something done at the same time, because if you look away for 2 seconds, you realize, oh wait, I have no idea what I was saying anymore.
Yeah.
Whereas
exactly.
if it's dubbed, you can put it on the side monitor or whatever.
Well, I would go to the grave saying that subtitled is always better than dubbed. I just cannot stand dubbed anime. And
Depends
this
on if it's a good dub or not.
the thing is, even a good dub is not better. It will never be better than a sub. That's just my opinion, right? It has to come from the fact that I grew up watching all the American movies dubbed in Spanish. It has to be the root of that issue. It's
What
like,
was that like?
it was awful. It's just like
Did they
When-
screw up? Like, so the thing that always kills dubbed for me is when they screw up, like, the slang. Like, some
yeah.
character will say something, and what they should have said, like, a guy comes into a room and he's like, what's up, man? Like,
Yeah.
but he'll be like, hey, homeboy. And it's like, oh, God, like,
that's not it.
people
Like,
don't talk like that. Like,
Yeah.
so
thing
what
is-
was it like when it was all dubbed to Spanish?
There's several things that are wrong with it, all right? The first one is the iconic phrases are different because they're not always literally translated.
Yeah.
Second is the title of the movie changes just to make it more marketable for a
I
Spanish
just saw
audience.
a thread about that. I think it was like Brazil or something, and it was
Yeah.
listing all the ways the movies were changed. And some of them seemed like crazy to me. Like Jaws was changed to like a big shark or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Shark. Jaws is shark in Spanish, in Peru at least.
Uh-huh.
Just any shark. It's just, you know, it's just a shark.
It's
it's like-
just like fish. Like
Yeah, basically that's what it is, you know. What's this one from Miyazaki? Spirited Away.
Uh-huh.
It's just called like Chihiro's Trip. Like Chihiro's the name of the main character, but it's like it's not her trip. Like she's not going to the fucking park.
Yeah.
It's like much more than that.
Yeah.
But it's like and then it's like all the key moments in the movies are dubbed in Spanish, and it's like there's certain things that people get attached to, like the voice actors.
Mhm.
Like I was talking to my brother, and we're talking about The Simpsons, and I'm telling him how like I prefer it in English, but he's telling me how The Simpsons without the Mexican voice actor is just not The Simpsons for him. It can be the original actor, right? Like the person that they hired to do Homer in the first place. He'll be like, nah, that's not it.
That
I'm like,
happens to
dude.
me sometimes if I hear like a cover of a song first,
Mm.
and then like 5 years later I hear the original, and it's like, well, I know this one came first, but not to me. Like,
Yeah.
to me, the other one
Is
was the
there?
original.
Yeah, I feel you. But it's like just with it's like what was it? Han Solo in Star Wars, the when he's like someone says I love you and he says I know.
Yeah.
When I saw it in English for the first time, I was like, "Whoa, this is the best character in the movie." But like in Spanish, it was like it didn't mean anything. That scene is
Hmm.
just irrelevant. So I'm watching this show and I'm like, I never saw that. Like what?
Hmm.
I had no memory of that scene or of that dialogue because it was totally changed in Spanish. It's just some lame, just a normal response, like or like I love you and it's like I love you too or something in Spanish. It's like that misses the entire point of the character. Like
Were there any like cultural things where like something just doesn't make sense because the culture's different?
They try to be pretty neutral about those because they don't use. It's like if you're making a dub for South America, you don't make it for like you don't make a different one for Chile or Peru. You just make one
I
for
see.
like Mexico, and then you distribute it like around. But
So they're
they,
already trying to hit several countries.
yeah, yeah, and they're not gonna be like, they're not gonna say let's eat some tacos. They'll just say let's eat some food. It's just
Yeah.
it's like, even though the dub might be usually made in Mexico, they will try to make it as general as possible so all South America will understand.
Hmm. Well, that can't help the like movie. I mean, it's nice that like it makes it more accessible for more people, but at the same time, like you might be able to do a better job if it was specific to each country.
The thing is, like, they have to not only do they have to translate the sentences, but they have to fit them on the mouth of the actor. Because
Yeah.
like when you're doing the movie in a original language, they say what's on the script, so they move their mouths to whatever they're supposed to say. But in Spanish, even if you have a good translation, if it doesn't come close to the mouth movements of the actual actor, they're not going to use it. Like they have to shorten the sentences, you know, make them longer if the guy is going on forever, like in a long sentence in English. They
Yeah.
have to adjust to the things. Like them,
Hmm.
it just totally kills the mood, and it's like it will never be better in my opinion. Dubbed is always worse than the original version. The subtitles, you can get the idea, and then you get the real sound of the voice of the guy. Like
Yeah.
it's like even on movies that aren't like Japanese or English, like the Raid. Have you seen the Raid movies?
No.
It's basically like I think it's Indonesian or something like that, or I forgot which country it is that made it, but it's just full on action movie.
Hmm.
So it's like even if it's an action movie, if it was dubbed, it would be worse. When they have very little dialogue, it's just that like the noises that they make when they hit each other, they have to be on the original language. So even that something so small like that, I feel like even that needs to be like core. The real noises that they made when they were actually fighting, not some guys in the studio making the noises as they see the movie.
Yeah, I suppose like I mean, even if things are a lot of green screen and whatever these days, like the actual actors' original expressions and everything, like
Mm.
the tone of their voice and everything is probably gonna be much better when they're on set than even the best voice actors in a studio who are just trying to like all of a sudden pretend that they're
Yeah.
in the movie.
It will never be the same. And when it comes to like anime, is way more obvious because they pick the voice actors for specific reasons. Like
Yeah.
they don't just randomly get random people. They go and find the actor that will fit the anime character the most. Like
Yeah, that's a good point.
if they see the anime character, they'll be like, okay, and I have just the right voice actor in mind for this, and they go and find him. If he's not available, then they'll have to change.
Mhm.